What's up, fam? This your boy Cut to the Chase TV. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and be sure to share this video. I got some news for you Negroes today. Boosie and T.I. ran into each other after Boosie called T.I. Snitch, and they allegedly had a paperwork party right in the middle of the airport. Now we know the story by now. T.I. admitted that he snitched on his dead cousin, and then Boosie went on Vlad TV and called T.I. Snitch and even canceled the joint album they had together. That infuriated T.I. He called Boosie out on Twitter. He even threw a paperwork party where he invited Boosie, but of course Boosie didn't show up. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think this was a whole publicity stunt. I think they were clout chasing, and I think they did this to promote their album, and I'll tell you why. T.I. admitted that he snitched on his dead cousin. The nigga ain't even living. What the hell everybody so mad for? You supposed to do that. If I know I'm worth millions, I got a chance to feed my family, and I can get my charges dropped by telling on my dead cousin, that's what I'm gonna do. And to be real with you guys, that's what T.I. family wants him to do. You know Granny had him in that living room. You know Auntie had him in that living room. Come on, T.I. Tell on little Peanut. Peanut, he ain't here. He was on the case, but you put it all on him. We need you out here. We got bills to pay. We got kids to take care of. So you know that's what's going on. But the streets want to say, well, T.I. wrong, man. He snitched on the dead person. Man, y'all are telling. Ain't nobody sitting in the cell going to the detective room talking about I'm taking the charges. Ain't nobody doing that. Everybody looking for a deal. A gangster told me, when you get arrested, the first thing you do, you looking to tell on somebody to get the charges dropped or get them reduced. That's how the streets go. So for T.I. to go on Vlad TV and act surprised, Boosie yelling, screaming, I can't believe T.I. did it. Why would he do that? Why would he say that? Boosie, you like 15 years too late. We been knowing T.I. was a snitch. I was in 4th grade when I first heard T.I. was a rat. I was telling niggas in 4th grade math, hey man, T.I. telling. Y'all stop listening to him. He's telling. F that Rubber Band Man song. Come on now. So yeah, Boosie response just seemed a little too fake for me. He acted like he was a little too shocked. And I'm like, Boosie, I heard this news when I was a kid. I'm a grown ass man with kids now. Why are you acting this surprised? You live in Atlanta now. You know what they whispering about. You know the rumors about T.I. You know they say T.I. quick to tell on somebody to get the charges dropped. You know he did the Crime Stopper commercial, which I didn't fault him for that. That was just terms of his probation. It was terms of his plea deal. I'm looking at 20 years. And you mean to tell me all I gotta do is do a Crime Stoppers commercial and I can get it down to 1 year? You're damn right I'm doing it. And everybody else gonna do the same thing. You looking at 20 years. You a gangster, you a thug. And the prosecutor attorney come up to you and say, if you do this Crime Stopper commercial, we'll get it down to 1 year. Who ain't taking that deal? So we can't really call T.I. a rat for that. That's just a man who did a hell of a deal for himself. That's how I'm looking at T.I. I'm looking at T.I. as brilliant. I don't look at him as a snitch. I'm looking at him as beating the system. He overcame the odds. See, y'all like people to struggle. Y'all like for gangsters to go to jail. You think that's the gangster's dream, man. He did that real time, man. He a real dude. T.I. worth millions. He had no business being behind that wall. And I'm glad he found a way to get about that situation. Now back to Boosie. I'm gonna play you this clip on Vlad TV, and you gonna see the way Boosie was acting. You like, come on, Boosie. You too shocked. It's clearly just to promote this album. You want to get people talking because you guys would have just dropped the album. Nobody's going to listen to it. But now that you guys created this publicity, y'all was going back and forth. When y'all drop this album, I'm going to go listen to it. But let's look at Boosie's first reaction to this whole news. Let's go.
Vibing with this man. I don't feel like he could have held that in for all these years. You just basically just come out and say some like that, like that.
And look, like,
and then like I'm like, why the you say that when we got a album finna come out?
But Boosie, this is not our first time hearing that T.I. was a snitch. This is not our first time hearing that T.I. is a rat, that he's quick to turn people in to get a lighter sentence. So for you to act this surprised, for you to say we was doing this album, then all of a sudden I hear that T.I. is a rat, so I gotta cancel it. It makes no sense at all. If you're that much against rats, you should have been to check this paperwork. You mean to tell me that you've been doing music with this guy? The whole industry know he a tail and you ain't bothered to check his paperwork? You gonna go on Vlad TV and you gonna throw him under the bus like that when that's supposed to be your boy? I think you doing it for clout, and I think you just did this for attention. But let's continue.
Oh,
okay.
Like it was like, bro.
Okay, so is that album coming out?
No.
Oh. So you have a finished album with T.I. that's not coming out?
No, because it ruined everything.
Because of that?
That's just fake. I guarantee you that album will come out. And after today news, when I see them in the airport, I seen them talking. Didn't nobody throw a blow. They wasn't yelling. They wasn't screaming. They handled it like men. Everybody praising them. I know for a fact that album will be released. Let's look at a photo of them in the airport today. Let's take a look at that photo. Boom. That is Boosie and T.I. at the airport doing a paperwork party in St. Louis. Now, if you look at the body language, T.I. he ain't really ready to go. It seemed like T.I. is getting pressed by Boosie. It seemed like T.I. got his hands in his pocket. His feet is turned inward. He ain't really ready. It seemed like he a little shook, to be honest with you guys. It's like Boosie trying to check his temperature. Boosie all up on his grill. He can't even look Boosie in the eye. Boosie looking right at him. Look at that body language. T.I. look like a nigga that'll tell. Boosie look like a nigga that's pressing. That's how I look at this whole situation. T.I. was doing all that talking on the internet. T.I. was doing all that talking on Twitter. All that talking on stage. Yeah, this the paperwork party. Pull up, man. If you got a problem with me, come directly to me. Well, he came directly to you. What you gonna do? Because I always was told, if a man call you a snitch and you a gangster, those are fighting words. That's something you willing to die for. Am I right or wrong? If you out here in the streets, and somebody call you a rat, don't you supposed to put in work? Ain't that what happened to Nipsey Hussle? Nipsey Hussle was chilling at his store. He seen a gangster, he called him a rat, and no more Nipsey Hussle. Next thing you know, we saw Nipsey Hussle getting pulled up in the ambulance, and we ain't seen him since. So I thought that's how the streets go. So you mean to tell me that T.I. say I'm this, I'm that, Boosie called him a snitch, Boosie called him a rat, you were so upset about it, but then when you see Boosie, you ain't got that same energy. You got your hands in your pocket, can't even look him in the eye. That is crazy. That's all I'm saying. Now let me say this. I'm glad these two guys squashed the beef. I'm glad they finally had the paperwork party. I'm glad they are no longer going back and forth on the internet. But I'm looking at the situation. It shouldn't have never came to that point. T.I. claimed he a gangster. Boosie claimed him a gangster. So if T.I. had a problem with Boosie and Boosie had a problem with T.I., why they just didn't call each other? If Boosie, if you felt like T.I. was a rat, why did you go on Vlad TV and call him that in an interview? You knew it was going to get millions of views. You knew the people was going to be talking, so you played right into Vlad TV hands. And I kind of think Vlad was in on this as well. I kind of think that Boosie and Vlad had a conversation about promoting their album behind the scenes. I'm going to ask you this question. This the response you should get. You should get the people talking. Yo, you should cancel the album, and then you should drop the album months later. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if Boosie and T.I. drops their album, it's selling at least 18,000 the first week. Now, I know y'all say that's not a lot, but for Boosie and T.I., two washed up rappers, that's a lot of albums. I'ma buy it. I'ma listen to it. Because now I'm curious. How do they sound on the beat together? What's the chemistry like? They've been going back and forth the last few months. Now I want to hear that music y'all put out. Because remember, Boosie said that him and T.I. album is better than Drake and 21 Savage. So we understand on that, and I'm going to judge it accordingly. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on this whole situation. But I want to know how you guys feel about it. Are you happy that T.I. and Boosie squashed the beef? Or do you think it's for publicity? Or do you think they were clout chasing? Do you think they did this just to drop an album, just to sell it? Let me know in the comment section. Share this video. I love you guys. Peace.